Keys time.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the KeyZ Method. You're absolutely in the best place for music creators, music producers, and entrepreneurs. This week, we're tapping it off once again with my good friend. I got Mick C in the building. He is an Austinite, a hip hop legend. I call him the hook master. If you just listen to his music, man, he has some of the best hooks in the hip hop game. You know what I'm saying? Mick C, the champ. Welcome to the KeyZ Method, man.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you having me, KeyZ, man. It's an honor and a pleasure. You feel me?
Man, that's what's up, man. Like I'm always excited to talk to I'm covering some of the best artists in Texas right now, man. And I'm excited to talk to you because you rep in Austin, Texas. And I think you're from Austin, Texas, or around the surrounding areas, which is kind of rare. You know, anybody that's from Austin or looking at Austin, Texas, man, I feel like Austin is one of the biggest melting pots cities out there, man. You just don't find too many original people from Austin, Texas, man. So are you originally from Austin or the surrounding area?
I was born in Austin, but I was raised in Dale Valley, Stony Point. I'm a country boy.
That's not too far from Austin, though, right? It's right outside. Yeah, man.
30 minutes.
About 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you're a country boy. I'm from the country too, man. I'm from Alabama. So I mean, we have a different swag about us. But tell me about how that was growing up with you in Dale Valley in the country. I mean, obviously, you know, country is kind of a small town, but was music an influence back then? Like, what inspired you to get into music coming from the country?
Man, that's where we heard all the music. You know, shit, we was in the country. We was away from everything. So that's really all we had was music in each other. And,
right.
You know, and every day the family would give us something new, you know, from blues to church music. You know what I'm saying? Mama listened to country music, R&B. I mean, we got a little taste of everything, man. My whole family just loved music. So, I mean, I guess it was just destined, something I was supposed to do, you know?
I got you. So you feel like you came from a music town, or were you kind of like the first to kind of step out and kind of take it a little bit more seriously?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, it's a few people that you know came from where I came from, and they did their thing, you know. But like me, I took it a little bit with an extra step, man, and introduced and kind of learned the business side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Without that business, you know, you might as well just be rapping for a hobby.
Right, man. And that's one thing, man, from, you know, we've known each other for several years, man. And that's one thing I've always kind of looked up to you, and we've had a lot of conversations, man. It seemed like that's the one thing you've always had together, the business of this music, man. I mean, you know, I think a lot of artists out there, they look more to like the shows, you know, trying to be flashy and stuff, and nothing wrong with that. You definitely got to have that, but they lack the business of the music. You know, it's called the music business, man. So tell me what got you to, you know, like, I mean, that's a decision you got to make. People just don't stumble on the music business. You got to take time and have a inquiring mind to look to learn the business, man. It's kind of a lot. So like, where'd that come from?
So with all the stuff that I went through with Universal, like while I was there, I was learning. I kind of took in everything, you know, and things didn't work out there. And I was like, well, they kind of gave me the blueprint. They showed you can do this, this, and this. And then when the streaming came, it made it just that much easier. So, you know, I learned from the best, really, because like Universal, man, that's a big label.
Right. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, like, I think we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Like, I want to go through the whole story of Mick C, man. Like, so coming from like Dale Valley, you know, in the Austin area, first of all, like, what was because Austin's a lot different now. I've been in Austin for almost a decade now, and I've seen a lot of change come in this city, man, just you know, the industry, the music industry. So how was music in Austin when you was growing up?
I mean, kind of the same as now with that. Without the streaming, we had to use we made CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We made CDs. We
You was
had
hustling the
posters,
CDs, huh?
stickers, T-shirts. Like we really went out there. We had to go meet people because the internet wasn't popping like that. You know what I'm saying? I think back then when we had MySpace,
That was the
that was
biggest
the
thing at that was
closest.
yeah, the
You know what
closest.
I'm saying? That's close as you can get. But
Right.
back then it was more about getting out there and reaching and actually touching the people. You know what I'm saying? Putting the merchandise in their hands.
Yeah. You're familiar with actually the street grind
Oh yeah,
out there.
grind to get it for
Grind,
real.
grind to get it, man. I think that's a valuable part, man. I know we had the internet, but I'm still a firm believer of the street grind, man. When I do events, man, I still print up flyers. You know what I'm saying? I don't print up no less than 5,000 flyers, and I hit the streets, man. I still old school. I put them on cars and put them up posters, and I don't know if that's still what
It's
it
just
do.
it's something about that work, man. It make you feel. You know what I'm saying? You did the music. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
laid the track, and
right.
now you either going to do the show. I mean, you feel good about your product. That make like you know what I'm saying. That some people might not even be on the internet. You go put that flyer out there, and they be like, "Oh, let me go check this out."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I still think it plays a big part because if I see, you know, when we scrolling up and down the internet, you know, our thumbs doing this, it's kind of like your mind gets delusion. You just see
Yeah.
so much stuff and you be like, man, what was that I was looking at? And nobody's ever doing the flyer. So I feel like when you see a flyer, somebody puts that in your hand and you got a event coming up in 2 weeks on a Friday or Saturday or something like that. I think they're more receptacle to remember that than some Facebook invite when they get probably 20 or 30 of those every
Yeah.
week, you know?
I still print up posters too. I give people posters, man. Like you said, if it's just something to hold on to have, even if you don't even go to the event, a lot of some people I know people that collect them and hang them up, you know what I'm saying? But then you got some people that throw them hoes in the trash too.
Yeah, definitely, man. So talk about, all right, so you was coming up, you started out, uh, you know, you rapping. What was your first, do you remember your first album or your first single?
My album was it was like more of a mixtape. We rapped my homeboy Los, Top Dollar, shout out to Top Dollar. He used to make these instrumental CDs. And one day we was in the back room, we playing Tekken, and he was like, "Man, I got this thing and a microphone. Y'all want to rap?" So shit, we made a CD. We did like, I think it was like 18 songs. We was just rapping, freestyling. And it was called Pop Trunk on the World. I
You could freestyle?
don't really do it too much no more.
That was a big thing though back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, back then you had to. You had to have it.
People were getting signed off of freestyling back in the day, man. I don't know if
Yeah.
they do that now anymore, but I was always jealous, man. I was like, I tried to freestyle, but I couldn't get more than 3 words out my mouth that rhyme. So I was like, nah, this ain't
Yeah,
for
I
me,
mean,
man.
I can do a little something, man. It's just I done got so used to writing now, man. It's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. Definitely. So let's talk about your journey, man. As you continue, you know, your first mixtape came out. Obviously, you started getting better. Were you were you rapping by yourself then, or you had a group that you put together when you first started? Like, what was your path
When
to
we first started, we had a MASH MOBB, man. It was about 20 of us. Like we was deep.
that's what you curated, right? You started that.
Yeah, yeah. And
And I
then
okay.
something happened and we had to, switch the name up. But yeah, when we first started, it was about 20 of us in MASH MOBB.
Man, that's how it was, man, back in the day. Just you had to get the whole team, man. Just
Yeah.
everybody. I kind of miss those days, man. But so how was it more people in your group that took it serious and kind of like wanted the wave to continue, you know, while you was learning the business side of it? Like how did you continue to grow MASH Entertainment to later, which you kind of alluded to earlier, getting the attention of Universal?
So, I mean, there was a lot of people that in the group that wanted the same thing. So, I mean, for the most part, everything worked out how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And then we had some friends that knew some friends, and they happened to get him one of the CDs I was working on, which was called Spaceship Music.
Okay.
You know, the music was so good. It was something that they never heard. This is before T-Pain and Lil Wayne was using auto-tune. Like my homie Sam Roberts, he used to have
Early
this.
2010s.
Yeah, my homie Sam Roberts used to have this studio. It was called Advanced Sound Systems, and he was the first one to record me with that auto-tune on. So he showed me how to use it, and then later on, I figured out how to use it myself. And we made the CD Spaceship Music, and Universal was so impressed. They was like, man, this basically sound like a whole different genre of music. You know what I'm saying? So we did what we did, and we signed a little deal. And it was some clauses in the contract that I really wasn't good with, and things went left. So I now independent again.
Man, that's what's up, man. Is I don't think that's always a bad thing. Going through things. Sometimes people think it as a loss, but it can actually be a good learning experience as well, man. Do you have any advice or feedback for any up and coming artists or hip hop artists that are, maybe they're chasing the label, or maybe they're, have an opportunity with Universal, Epic, Warner, some of these groups now? Like, what did you learn from going through your experience with the labels?
I mean, the labels, it's good if you got patience. It's good if you got a good work ethic too, because
So you can't just
sometimes
get
you
signed and
gotta,
kick back then.
yeah. But sometimes you do, they sign you in. And if you're not like super hot right away, you just kind of gotta wait your turn. But at the end of the day, if when you activate it, that label is like a big machine. They can put you in places that you can't reach. That's what's good about a label, but being independent, it's a lot more leg work, a lot, on you yourself, because you got to go out there and do it. You got to find the promoters, and you got to find the videographers. And with the label, you don't really got to do that. They take care of mostly everything.
Right. And they're gonna try to take care of mostly all that money.
All that bread too, yeah. I
So look,
mean,
yeah,
there's some pros and cons. I mean, it's really just
right.
up to the artist, man.
People say that all the time, man. I mean, a lot of people dog the labels, but I think once you understand what a label is, you do see the pros and the cons of a label. Labels, in my opinion, they're not all bad. It just depends on who you are, what type of hustler you are, and personality, I guess, patience, like you said, that you have.
You know what else too? A lot of people don't know what they want when they go into a label.
Mm-hmm.
They think, oh, I want to go in here and I want to get this. And then the label says, well, what are you going to do for this, this, this? Because like just because you go in there and ask for $1 million, they might say, yeah, we're going to give you $1 million, but this is what we want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or can you do this, this, and this, and we'll give you this much? Like it's a negotiation. And I worked at the pawn shop, so I was pretty good at it.
The pawn masters right there, right?
Yeah, for real, man. Hey, speaking of that, them shows they had on TV when I was there, I worked on, like, it had to be like 15 years ago. Man, I always said that I wanted to do one of them shows. And then when I stopped working at that pawn shop, I just started seeing all them shows pop up. I was like, man, I should have wrote that. Don't ever wait. That was the moral of that story. Don't wait.
Right. You got a vision, move towards that vision,
it.
man. Jump on it, man. So, hey, so let's just tell me more about your story, man. Like, so you was with the label. I think I saw you on MTV one time, or was it one of them shows?
Yeah, we was on MTV. We was on MTV twice. Once I was on MTV with my homie Loudmouth. He had did the thing that when Kanye was doing for the veterans, yeah, he was on there and we got to perform. And then I was on MTV again at the Nokia Theater Center, and we had opened up for Jay-Z.
Nice.
And I think it was Black Eyed Peas.
Okay, man, those are like legends.
Universal can put you in places, you know what I'm saying?
So with that, I mean, like, so the label, they can get you on the red carpet. They can get you in these events and these parties. They can get you on these big stages. But at the same time, like you said, you still got to go out there and, you know, gain a fan one at a time. You know, you got to, I don't want to say steal Jay-Z's fans, but you got to take advantage of the moment and have your merch ready, have your, you know, just everything kind of in line. And like you said, you got to know what you want and what you're trying to accomplish. You know, I mean, like I said, I mean, a label, I mean, it's a loan. If you know, people give people $20 and want that money back. What you think a label gonna do when they give you $1 million?
Give you $1 million, yeah. They just don't worry about it. You good, you have it, Mike.
And in return, you're like, man, y'all told me this record was going to give me my investment back. You know, so that's how the labels work. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to you, man, for being on those shows and having that history, man, right there on those shows. Was that one of the most memorable shows that you've performed, or are there others that kind of stand out in your mind?
Yeah, for the most part. We did a show with what's it? In the Shrine Center. I can't remember who was all there, but I remember now G-Eazy, he was there. You know what I'm saying? And there was a few other people. That one was pretty cool. But for the most part, the one with Jay-Z, that was probably the dopest show ever. Because, you know, you kind of get to watch from the back or on the side. So it's like right there. It was pretty dope.
Man, I bet the energy was crazy that night.
Oh, yeah.
So when you with a label, just for the guys, you know, there's a couple of people who might be watching that are, man, like have an opportunity with the indie label, maybe a major label, or maybe they want to start their own label. Is it important to have management or representation when you get up to those levels, or when is a good time to look into management and representation?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how serious you take your craft. If you're gonna take your craft serious at all times, I mean, you can get a manager right away. But if it's something that you're trying to see if it's gonna work or not, then I mean, I would put in some work and then see where that goes, and then go start looking for management. Like you really don't need a manager right away
until you have something to manage.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can't tell you how many artists, man, they don't even have a record out talking about, man, you got a manager, you know, a manager for me. And guys, a manager is not a booking agent. You know, you got to understand the different titles. I mean, you know, nowadays, you know, people do have to wear multiple hats, but overall, a manager is not responsible for getting you shows. That's a booking agent.
Yeah.
You know,
and then
promoters and but it seems once again, man, you understand the business side of it and the hustle side from, I guess, being old school, what most people call us now, of just getting out there in the streets. I mean, you started out, like, say, if you printing up flyers and you was the man, you was the promotion company, you know, back then you was learning what works and don't work. So let's talk more, man. Just like for any up and coming artists as well, like how do you get your hooks to sound so dope, man? Like,
and
where
honestly,
did they come from, man? Your hooks be, because people pay you from all over the world, man, just to write a hook for them, to be on the hooks. I mean, you could probably sit back in your house and just collect every week from writing hooks from people, man. Like, bro, tell me where that comes from, please.
Man, I love music, bro. So, and over the years, you know, from me actually recording myself, I kind of developed a sound that I liked, you know, then tweaked it a little bit, and then I gave it to the world. Like, it's really still some parts of the spaceship music, you know. So that's how I really kind of tweak my hooks, man. And it also depending on the track, if I feel the track The hook usually is gonna be fire. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And most of the time, if I don't really like the track, I just tell the artist, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be trying to force something that ain't gonna sound right. Like, man, and I realize that about people, man. You got, if you not feeling something, just tell the other artist, be like, hey, I'm not feeling that one. You got something else? That ain't nothing against the artist. Like, you want, when you do a feature, you want to give them the best that you can give them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to just say, well, here, I got it. Let's here go the beat. It's cool here. I mean, they might like it, but I mean, you want to, me personally, I want to give them 110%. I want to give them everything.
Yeah, definitely, man. Dude, were you inspired by Houston? Because were you affiliated with the a Houston label or top? What was Top Dollar?
Top Dollars from here.
Here, okay, Top. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Top Dollars from here.
Gotcha. Who else was
I
a part of
do.
that?
I do a lot of work in Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I've seen your name with a lot of Houston artists and labels and stuff out there. My apologies on that.
Yeah, I stayed in Houston for a little bit, stayed in Jersey, stayed in Cali, you know, so I mean,
Hey,
definitely a little influence.
hey, just a little side note, man. Since I know you personally, man, you're a big Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you
you
can
gotta
see
tell
it.
it up. You gotta tell me.
Yeah. Bird game.
Bird game. Hey man, what y'all gonna do with the quarterback? Y'all got an Alabama prospect in there. Hurts right now. What you don't look too, you want to Wentz or what
Nah, I don't. I went. He good. He played. He can go where he go. He good. I mean, he was a great. I feel like he was a good quarterback. I think things just got out of hand. And Hurts, he probably gonna be good. I feel like we need another backup, somebody like as strong as him, not just go out there and just get somebody to have a backup quarterback.
maybe a good veteran.
Maybe not even a veteran, just you know what I'm saying, somebody that if because we've always had a problem with an offensive line. And if our quarterbacks, they usually always get hurt. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
Every quarterback that since I've been an Eagles fan have been hurt. Fucking Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb. Just we don't have a great line all the time. So I guess we should. Me personally, I think we should have a good backup quarterback, not just one of the old school guys, because you never know what's going to happen. Carson Wentz got hurt and came back and was never the same.
Yep. Very true. Very true, man. Well, what you just I don't want to make anybody mad, but you got anything to say to them Cowboys fans?
Nah, man, I don't even be bashing them, man. I let them make it. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games to me. At the end of the day, shit, neither one of them teams pay me.
Exactly.
I like watching them on TV. That's about it.
Man, I'm telling you, man, you are probably one of the biggest Eagles fans. When I come to your studio, man, it's Eagles posters and Eagles jerseys, and man, just you definitely a true Eagles fan, and you don't jump ship either. I haven't seen
Nah,
you jump ship.
win, lose, or draw. Them the boys right there.
That's what's up, man. So, hey, so tell me about your latest project right now, Born Legend, right?
Yeah, Born Legend.
Man, you got some tracks on there, man. I was listening to it earlier this week, and man, you're giving the fans a good a good for their money. They're getting a good return, man. I mean, you got a lot of tracks on there. You got a lot of good features, Tiptoe, G2G on there. You know what I'm saying? I even see a track you got with Boosie, little
Yeah.
Boosie badass on there. So how did that record come out? Mama, I told you. Is that what the
Man,
record's called? Mama, I told you, right?
yeah.
Mama told me.
Mama told me. So shit. Well, we knew we wanted to do a feature. We just didn't know who. We went from the game. We already got a feature with Kevin Gates. And then he was like, I want to do either Mozzie. And then we seen Boosie's manager Saturday post a thing, and he was like, man, Boosie doing verses half off. So we was like, damn. I wonder how much half off is. So we called and chopped it up with him. And then we sent him the song, and Boosie was like, yeah, I fuck with it, you know. And he liked it. And we got a good deal. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to Boosie, man. Y'all definitely go check out that record, man. Just for the ones also that are watching, man. Where can they go find the album?
Everywhere. Spotify, iTunes. If y'all got Tidal, YouTube, iHeartMusic, Pandora, and we everywhere.
Did you record that in Austin?
Yeah, I recorded in my studio, the whole thing.
That's what's up, man. How important? I mean, you just say you looked up, talked to his manager, and I think one of the big thing is, I think the music industry is small. For the people that are in it, the people that are trying to get into it, understand the music industry is small. It's all about relationships. But also, even though people, you get cool with people. You got features from Kevin Gates, Boosie. I mean, how important is it for people to understand you're going to have to pay for features or pay for beats, pay for studio time? Because a lot of people just starting out, they just want free.
Yeah. See, the way I explain it to him, bro, is you're not paying for the feature or the beat. You paying for the network. You know what I'm saying? You paying for the knowledge, because if you, like you say, if you're a real hustler, when you get that man your money, you gonna go sit there and I know I am gonna go have a conversation.
Facts.
Let me see, let me see where his mind is. Let me see if I can get some input about this track and which way I should take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what somebody is gonna tell you that's gonna help you out on your way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what I feel like I pay for when I go get features.
Right. Man, that's whew, I don't think anybody broke it down like that, where you're actually paying for the resource, the network. That's a great way to look at it. And, I feel the exact same way. When I was starting out as a music producer, I was networking in my city, but I was like, man, I wanted to, Austin is still growing, our music city. And, we're still developing as a music hub. We're actually a big music hub yet. We're not the Atlantas, the New York, the LA, Miami, even Nashville for the country market yet. So we have to go. I was paying money, buying, my own flights, putting up money to get in my own hotels in New York and LA just to go sit in a studio. I didn't even know if I was going to be with anybody, if I was going to work, but I was like, man, it's worth me putting up a few $100, maybe $1,000, twice, 2 or 3 times a year, and just go to these hubs and network, Yeah,
it's worth it. Like I tell my people all the time, I say, man, you kind of got to look at music. If you really want to do music, you got to look at it like a job. Right. If you was on a regular job, you got to put gas in your car to go to work. You got to get you something to eat. So that's money. You got to pay for your uniform if you got a uniform. So you put all of this money to get to work, to go get a check. It's the same thing with music. You put all that money in there to eventually get a check. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you're going to run into somebody that's going to tell you, hey, look, this is how you get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the blueprint is going to be so laid out that you're going to be like, oh, okay, I understand that. And you spend 5 or 6,000, but in return you make 100.
Right. Man, that's facts, man. You got to put your money up in this music industry, man, and really take it seriously. Because guys, the people that really do this for a living and put food on their table for their families, I mean, they don't play no games, man. They don't waste their money, and they're not going to waste their time with people just because they did the work already. They've put their money up. They've put in the grind. Their work, whether like yourself, you put in, hey, I've printed up my own flyers. My poster, I printed my own CDs up. I've paid for my studio. I paid for my features. And now after all of these years, I think might see you're in a position where, if Austin does have a legend, I mean, the album's called Born Legend. I think you're definitely one of the hip hop, legends in Austin, Texas, man, that have laid out a good blueprint and just really put in the work, and without even talking, people can look at your resume and be like, man, this is how the game is supposed to be done, man. Respectfully, man.
I sure appreciate that, man.
And
Good.
yeah, respect to that, man. Just I know you, man, so I know your schedule though. So like, what's your schedule? Because I know you talk, man. When I talk to you, man, you like, man, I'm up at 6 in the morning or 8 in the morning, and I turn on the studio and I get to work like a regular 9 to 5, man. So what's your?
I'm actually up at 4 in the morning.
Ooh.
I'm up at 4 in the morning. You know, I roll up my medicine. I come in the studio. I turn the heat on, let it warm up in here, and I'm, you know, about 5. I'm in here at 5 o'clock. You know, ain't nobody calling me. Right. There's no distractions. The kids ain't saying, hey, ain't nobody knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here.
Yeah, man. I think those are my favorite hours too, man. I tell my wife all the time. She's like, why are you up so late? Not, or she used to. I was like, you know, it's something between that 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You know, those hours, man, those are the best times I love to work because, like you said, the cars, it's frequencies. You know, around noon, around 12 o'clock, everybody's calling your phone. You got the frequency of the phone going off. It depends where you live. You hear the train, the traffic, the buses, everybody honking, the ambulance, all that. You know, and when you at 4 o'clock in the morning, the birds ain't chirping. It's just peace. Yeah. And you got time to like really lock in with no distraction. So, and that's as an artist and an entrepreneur, I think that's the best position you want to be in because it's all on you then.
Yeah. Sometimes I wake up and just read too. I like to read.
Yeah.
I like a good book. Man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Do any of those books turn into songs? What you read or
like, yeah, I read.
What's this word?
I used a few lines out of that book by Dick Gregory. It was.
Oh, that's deep right there.
It's called the N-word. It's dope, though. See, that already blowing me up.
The frequency is right now. You can't work right now. Everybody trying to get at you for a hook. Hey, man. So one more thing, man. So I'm putting all your personal stuff out here, man. I also know you're a movie buff. Every time I talk to you, you got not one, but probably 3 movies that you can recommend, man. Like I don't know how many DVDs you might be holding, but what you watching right now, man? What's hot right now?
American Skin. Man, it's a Spike Lee movie. It's dope. It's real dope, man. It's about this guy. His kid gets killed by the cops. So the guy goes and he takes over the police station, and then he has a little court case right there. He has some prisoners and some other people sitting in, and they try the guy that killed his son. You know, and I mean, it's a good movie because it gives you both sides of you know, you get to see the police side, and then you get to see the other side. They show you both sides. So I feel like it's something, you know, a lot of people should watch right now.
Yeah, definitely with the times we're living in, man, there's a lot of clashing of the sides. You know, both sides have, you know, their point of view. So sounds like it's hitting the head on both of them.
Yeah, it's a real good movie, man. Especially to get to see it from both sides, you know. Like, I don't want to tell you the movie, but
don't tell her the movie. Yeah, don't tell her.
It's dope. It's dope.
Don't tell them the
Definitely
movie.
Definitely watch, man.
Unless they gonna.
I'm watching it right now. That's how I done watched it like 10 times.
Oh man, they're gonna have to cut you a check, man. I'm gonna cut you a check, man. Hey, so another thing, man, just you know, just the documentation of your music career, man. You've put out some really high level music videos. Do you have a team that does your music videos, or do you just contract directors and look out and find
Chase? Chino.
Is he's out of Austin?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chino. We usually don't work. Actually, I ain't worked with anybody since Chino started shooting. Every video I've shot, or if I was on a song with somebody, I'll be like, hey, man, let's go get Chino to shoot. You know?
Yeah.
And Chino do good work, man. And he's shot for like big artists, Talib Kweli. Shot something for Dave Chappelle. I mean, shit.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like I said, I think Austin is definitely we are rising, we are coming and making a noise in the music game as of right now and coming up, man. You're OG in the game, man. So any Austin is a hub. People move here every day to pursue their music career because Austin is known as the live music capital of the world. Uh, what advice do you have for any new artists coming to Austin, Texas right now, if any? Should they be like, the Sixth Street idea? Should they be networking? Should they just do their
I
own thing?
mean, always network. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. Like, but most of all, it's just networking, man. The networking is everything.
Right.
You know, like I said, you can run into people that will change your life just because they like your song.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that would be my biggest thing, man. Like there are a lot of people here. So you never know who you're gonna run into.
Yeah, definitely, man. And also, I think more celebrities are coming here. I think Chris Bosh moved to Austin and started a label not too long ago. I think it's been rumored Kanye and Lil Wayne got a house out here or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely, I've heard the Black Eyed Peas or Will I Am or whatever the guy for him. I mean, I've heard that he's here, and it's a lot of great studios, and I actually think it's a lot of people that actually want to help up and coming artists as well in Austin, man. But I think they're going to help the ones that are putting in the work first, just like anything else. A job is not going to hire you unless you show them that resume first. That's why you fill out the application. And the music industry is pretty much the same. The only thing is we don't have no application.
No application. That work is the application. That's the proof.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. So, hey, for anybody that are, looked up your music, that heard your music, y'all definitely go check it out. Might see the champ, but tell them where they can reach out if they want to, get you to do a hook for them or a verse or anything. Like, how can people contact you?
You can reach us at mashentfilms280@gmail.com, or you can follow Mike C the Champ on IG or G2G Music on IG.
Definitely, man. Y'all definitely tap in with that. Tap in, man. And I forgot to ask you, man, like what did the G2G entertainment, what does that represent?
That G2G, that's see, I'm actually in a group right now. My brother, he taking care of some stuff. So I'm just, moving. That way we don't lose our buzz. You got, like I say, you got to keep moving because it's easy to let that buzz die down, but what I'm saying, it's hard to build it. Yeah. So I was like, man, I'm gonna do this while you taking care of what you taking care of. So G2G is Gangsters to Gentlemen. It's me, my homie Tiptoe, and then my other homie Hoff. He doesn't rap. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's more of a manager. He's the one that they talk to when they call for some work or whatever,
Y'all call to get that word. Y'all might be talking to him. Might have to talk to him first. That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate your time, man. I know your phone's been blowing up, and I know we were supposed to schedule this last week, but we had this big snowstorm in
man,
Texas,
crazy.
Man. So hope everything's kind of getting back to normal. For you guys, the whole city was down. We was out without water and electricity, man. It was just, freezing.
Crazy. Yeah, freezing.
I know I talked to you. It was like, man, I'm in my car so I could charge my phone. But just like, man, I got a TV in here. I'm watching TV, though. I'm watching.
Yeah, for real. I had some DVDs, man. Like I tell people all the time, you never know what can happen. I stay ready with my entertainment.
I was like, man, I'm gonna have to go get me a TV in my car, man, just in case we get another snowstorm in Austin, Texas, man. That's crazy, man.
That was unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think I've been here about 10 years. I've been in Texas about 14. I played basketball in Texas, and that was the last time, maybe around 2004, maybe around that time, between 3 and 05, we had a big snowstorm. But I think this one definitely was a little bit more unexpected than that
Yeah,
other one,
man.
and it hurts a lot of people, man.
It did, man. I pray everybody get back to normal, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Blessings to everybody that was in Texas that experienced that. But man, yeah, thank you again, man, for your time, man. This has been a lot of fun. Once again, what's next for you? And tell them where they can, once again, one more time, where they can find you and listen to your music and catch up
And we
with you, tap in with
everywhere.
you.
Mick C the Champ. Y'all can find me on IG at Mick C the Champ. My music is on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, iHeart Music. Just Google Mick C the Champ. Probably everything will pop up.
Man, that's that branding, man. That just goes back to that business side, man. You've been able to master the music business, guys. And I'm telling you guys, don't chase the fame, chase the business. And when you chase that, the money will come. Learn your business, learn about your publishing, learn about your distribution, your masters, and also learn about networking. That's a big part of the music business,
Yeah.
and yeah, so definitely thank you for those gems, man, and coming through on the KeyZ Method. Y'all be sure to tap in. Thank y'all for watching. And until next time, we love y'all. Peace.
It's KeyZ time.